Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel for this episode 3 on Calmsden Farm. I quit farming last night at about 9 o'clock. I was able to complete the fertilizer contract on field 17 and the wheat harvest on field 23, but that was as far as I got, and most of our equipment is scattered around the map. Um, we've got quite a bit we need to get done today, particularly on our old fields. If we want to get uh, canola in, we have to get that done this month. Our carting setup is here. We've got a little wheat in there. I didn't even get that poured in our silo. I did get a little bit more baling done here, but there's still about half the field that needs to be done. If we take a look at our contracts, where we're at with that is we've got a large cultivating contract on field 1 that's underway. A fertilizing contract on field 18. This is right beside field 17, so I picked that one up. And then I picked up the harvesting contract on field 17 because that one has been fully fertilized. And if you may recall, we sprayed it as well. It has a 98% yield bonus on it, so I thought that would be a good one. Might be pushing our luck a bit for today because today I'd like to get the straw baled and off the field, and then we need to plow it, and if all goes well, the rock picking done as well. So that's going to be a pretty aggressive day. But we'll head across the road here. This is where field 1 is, and our big Massey's sitting there. Hop the hedges, and we'll get a worker to carry on with this cultivating job. It's a bit of a sight. Tad dirty. So I'll let a worker carry on with this, and I'll meet you up at field 18 and we'll get the fertilizing contract started. Well, here we are up at field 18. You'll notice our fertilizer cart or wagon is sitting there, and there's no tractor hook to it. I just brought it up and dumped it off. I wanted to use the tractor for baling. Now I'm going to do the usual, do the outside, and then I'll set a worker off to complete the middle. And while he's doing that, I'll get onto the baling, so you probably won't see me again until I get the baling done. I'll monitor these two workers. But I won't start working on that harvest contract till much later in the day when we're closer to being having our own fields done. Alright, I think you've seen enough of this last episode of spraying, so I'll leave you there, and I'll catch up with you. Probably bring you in for a little bit of the baling. I can't remember if we did that or not. I know I had intended to, but just don't recall if we actually accomplished that. So I'll catch up with you when we're baling. Well, we're down here at the store with our 265 or our mid-size Massey, And what I've done is I've leased this fuel trailer. Um, Holds 10,000 liters, and I've got 9,000 liters of diesel sitting here. I had brought our harvester back from the neighbor's field, um, so it was ready for when we need to do the sorghum contract because it needed some repair work. It's also just about out of diesel, and I realized we don't have any diesel on the farm, so I grabbed. I also dumped that last little bit of wheat in our silo. And just grab the tractor off of that, just so that equipment is all ready. And I think I'm going to, I probably won't haul 9,000 liters to the other farm, but I will haul some, just so we have some in that diesel tank there as well. And then we should be good. And that's why I just leased the trailer. Didn't think we'd need it for a while after this. Although it's not very expensive. I know I've mentioned it before, but hauling this diesel fuel out of these barrels yourself is saves you a little bit. If we go in our notepad or our phone to look at the store menu, well, I can show you. This is where the barrels are. Just over $1,000 for 1,500 liters. But under miscellaneous is where that modified Joskin trailer is that can haul 10,000 liters of fuel. So I'll get this loaded up and delivered. When I get back to the farm, I'll show you I put a jet wash in too. So I'll show you where that is. Here we are back up at the farm. That's where I stuck the jet wash. Just in there. I wanted to put it around by our other repair point, but it wouldn't let me because that's a spawn area. And it turned out it wasn't the handiest spot for it to be with. I brought the harvester with the header attached around to give it a wash, so I might need to bring the header over with just a tractor or something. It's got a little tighter turning radius. As it turns out, because of the fill limit, it would only let me put 7,700 liters in this trailer. But we'll offload that into this tank. Oh man, that offloads quick. I'm going to go grab, I'm not going to put that much in. I'll put about 3,000 or so liters in the other tank at the other farm, and then return this trailer. And then really should be ready to do some baling. So catch up with you in a minute. Well, the baling is finally underway. I got the diesel hauled to both farms, and the spraying contract or fertilizer contract on 18 is completed. I brought that equipment back home, so it's all here. The cultivating contract's getting close to being done, but it's not quite there yet. But it won't be long. That just leaves that sorghum harvest. We're just going to leave that for the time being. And I'm going to avoid the contracts page. Already, you know, when I accepted the other contract, out of look. There's some nice ones. But even if you've got a worker doing it like that fertilizing contract, I still had to go a couple times and straighten the worker out because he got hung up. So they just take time, and we need to really concentrate on getting our fields done. So once we've made good progress there, then maybe we can look at doing contracts if there's time left in the day. Let's just take a look at the menu here quick, and we can see that we've got 70,000 liters of wheat that we're going to sell on. If we look at the current prices, I can see they're around 500. But if we just wait 1 month, there should be a significant increase come October. So I think we will sit on it just till October, and then we'll sell our cereal crops on for the year that we've got. Anyways, I'm going to complete this baling, and when I'm ready to start picking the bales off the field, I'll bring you back in. All right, I finished the baling of the straw on both our wheat and barley field. We've also finished the contract, cultivating contract on field 1 and accepted that. We'll jump in our 265 here, and we'll head down to our other farm and grab our auto stack trailer and start getting these bales off the field. As I mentioned before, we'll keep the first load we take off, and then the rest we'll just sell on. No, it's not the best time of year, but straw is never worth a whole lot of money, and for bale count and just storage, we'll just get rid of them. There are those darn mirrors again. Just 1 second. And they magically stop. Don't know why that works, but it does. So these auto stack trailers do a pretty good job. Not as fast as the auto loads, but still pretty quick. Once you've got them stacked up too, you can, if they're accessible still, you can use this trailer to go and pick them back up. Just picks them out of the stack one at a time. If you do need to move it, it can be done. I have thought about using an auto load trailer and then bringing a telehandler out and just dropping them onto the trailer. Never done that, but it would be another fairly realistic way to do it, except for the stacking on the trailer part. I am still really enjoying this map. Oh, there. This should be our last one. For now, I think we'll just put them under this shelter. On a rainy day, I might move them with a telehandler into one of our enclosed buildings. We've got lots of space, but won't do that right now. We haven't got the time. Oh, that looks kind of close. Just 1 second here. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna. I think we're going to have to unload them there. I don't think we've got the shelter's quite wide enough. Now is that? Now we can see how far back we can push them. No, that'll have to do. I think they're all undercover anyway. Let's just take a look. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Just our pickup was going to hook on the shelter there. Now we need to get the rest of these picked up. And where are we going to take them to? Oh. Either the farm store or the general store there. One's going up and one's going down, so I guess we'll see when we get the next load. So I'll go ahead and do that and get rid of these straw bales, and I'll bring you back in for the next step. Well, we're back down here at the store with our 7716. I got all the bales off of our wheat field. It actually was exactly one trailer load. I took them and got rid of them. They were 8,137 we got for that load of bales. But we need a mulcher, because I thought I might as well get the mulching going on the wheat field while I'm picking up the other bales. And 5.6, 5.8, what does that run at? 11? There's 6, but it runs considerably slower. Looks like that's our best option. And I think we're going to buy that because we're going to use a mulcher every year. Oh, those look pretty good. I'll deal with that later. So there we go. Sorry about that. So we'll get mulching on that wheat field. There we go. We should probably get close to 3 trailer loads of bales, I think, off of the other field. So that'll pretty much pay for this. In the future, what we'll likely have to do, seeing as there's really none that are any bigger unless someone brings out a modded one, is we may end up with a couple of these to speed the process up. Especially if we're trying to do all 3 fields at the same time. Well, I'll meet up with you back at the field. Just working on the second lap around the outside. Now, I've not really seen anybody do this in my neck of the woods, but I mentioned that farming, fixing and fabricating the dairy farmer guy earlier, and they actually, on the fields where they forage harvest, use a forage harvester on the corn to make silage, take a batwing mower out when they're done and mow the stalks down. Be a similar idea to what we're doing here. Doesn't give us very much of a yield bonus, but it's something else we can do. Now after we get them mulched, we'll lime them and fertilize, then plow. I just find it's easier to mulch first to see where you've done or the texture change if you do it before you lime. It is an operation where you travel at a pretty good clip though. I would like to increase the horsepower on this tractor a little bit. This is our baling tractor, and our fields are pretty flat, but I noticed it started to struggle a little bit from time to time, so a little bit more horsepower won't hurt when we can afford it, because there's some other fields that have bigger hills that we'll likely be dealing with. I think we'll start up here in this corner and we'll get a worker going on this. And I'll go pick up those bales. Oh, missed a little bit, but I'll come clean that up. Sometimes there's a little cleanup on this edge until he gets it completely straightened out anyway. Oh, you know what? We're just going to start them over again. He was going to run all the way down to the other end. Just trying to catch that last little piece there. We'll let him do his thing, and I'm going to run over and look after these bales, and if I need to, if he gets hung up, I'll come back and get him going. I'm thinking trying to make a driveway through here. I know Mr. Sealy Peasy did, and he tried to landscape it out and he couldn't, but I'm going to at some point rent the mulcher that we used on No Man's Land, see if I can mulch that out of there so we can cut across. Anyways, I'll carry on with this and I'll catch up with you in a little bit. Well, we're up here at the general store sell point with our third and final load of straw bales off of field 3, which was our barley field, and it's just one bale short of 3 complete loads we got off of there. And so we more than paid for our mulcher, so that's a pretty good deal. Speaking of mulching, our worker's carrying on there. He's a little over halfway done, I'd say, the last time I checked. Let's take a quick look at, I'll show you where this sell point is. It was kind of handy actually. It's straight north of the farm. This is the sell point that had the highest price, but it said the price was falling. But interestingly enough, it went up slightly. So the analyst predictions weren't exactly correct. Maybe it's because of the high quality straw we were delivering, they decided to pay more. But anyways, the next task on our list of things to do is to get organized, put some lime on our fields. Oops, listen, talking and driving, always a challenge for me. So I'm going to do that. I'll head to the store and I'll meet up with you there and we'll get organized for that. We're down here at the store, and another mistake was staring me in the face when I got here. Obviously, when I was fixing the mirrors one time, I didn't cancel the fertilizer order, so I have a bag of fertilizer that we can't use. No sell point for it, so at some point I'll bring the telehandler down and hide that mistake away. I guess I'll use seed bags from now on. At least if I inadvertently buy one of those, we can use them. Anyway, yep. Now we could go with the old tried and true Ray down here, but there was a mod that came out, and it came out on FS19 as well. It always meant to try, and I never did. And that's I think it's a Bergman's manure spreader that does lime as well, and it's come out. Yeah, there it is. And it has a slightly higher capacity. It takes a fair bit of horsepower, but we have 325 and our fields are fairly flat, so we should be able to manage. I'm just not sure about that spread width, if that's going to be lime and manure or just manure. But on other spreaders here on FS22, they've been the same, so we're just going to risk it and give it a go here. But we're just going to lease it. I don't think we need to change any of the options. We can take it just as it comes. Because there's no liming contracts, you know, there's no way for us to make money back from that. Even though we have the money, we could buy it. We got that debt hanging over us, so, and we're not going to need it every crop rotation because all of our fields are require lime now. So I think, what is it, 3 harvests that you get before you need to reapply lime. So leasing it'll work just fine for now. I noticed I should put some fuel in this tractor, and I don't think we've been to the garden center together where the lime point is, so I'll get this tractor to the yard fueled up, and then I'll join you there and we'll travel to the garden center and get some lime. So I'll catch up with you in a second. Okay, all fueled up and ready to go, and where we're headed to is over here to the garden center, straight west of the farm. So we're going to just come across here. So let's do it, and we'll get a load of lime, and we'll start on field 6 here, our most northerly field. These off to our left are our fields as well. Our big pen is there. We put that to use here at some point. That's the plan anyway. Now we're going to go around to the right here. Just we can avoid a couple gates that way. But you can get there by going to the left as well. Another little trail through the trees there I see. I'll have to explore that at some point. Ah, no one's been here today, I guess. Gates are all still closed. Oh, that loads up. I might as well open this gate. I think over here, I think this area here, I'm pretty sure is part of the periphery. So when we get going on making some silage bales, I think we'll come up and turn this into silage. Oh. Yes, a penalty for having trailer load limits turned on. I guess we would have suffered the same fate though with the Braidel. So not as much lime as I was hoping, but we'll see how far this gets us. Oh, drug the trailer through the ditch a little bit. Let me test off camera and see if the Braidel actually has a higher load limit, if we can carry more lime, because my recollection is that we could, but I could be mistaken. We're committed now. Thought you might as well keep me company both directions. It's far a drive. Alright, as per my usual practice, I will do a loop around the outside here, and then we'll set a worker off. Oh. Alright, I'll buy that. Oh no, it looks like we've got that full 24 meter spread width, so that is a bit more than the Braidale, which I think is only 18, so we gain a little there. So once I get the fields limed, oops, getting a little bit off track there, I'll get them fertilized. That'll be the next step, and I probably won't bother bringing in for that. I'll just do that off camera. We've done lots of spraying, and bring you back when we're ready to do the rock picking. I think that'll probably though be how we'll start the next episode, because I think we're getting pretty close to our half hour here. There's where we sold our straw right there. If you're looking for collectibles, there's a few of them in that facility. At least 3 I saw. Strayed a little far from the edge again. I'll come back and clean up that little spot. I'll get a worker going on this. So I may come back and we may just sign off, or we may come back and be doing rock picking. I gotta check our time. So I'll get a worker going on this, and I'll catch up with you in a bit. As you can see, it's a little bit later in the day. I thought I'd give you a quick update before we sign off for this episode. So the liming on field 2 and field 6 is complete. Just waiting on the worker on field 3 to finish the mulching. He's just about done. You can also see that the harvest I've started on field 17 on the sorghum. It was a more time sensitive contract, so I thought I'd better get it going while the weather is holding. So I will continue to work on these into the night, and the next time we catch up will be the next game day, and we'll be ready to do plowing and stone picking. So if you're still with me, I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching. If you're enjoying the series, I encourage you to hit the subscribe and the like button. I would appreciate that also. And you can use the notification bell if you want to be notified when new content lands. So, but until next time, Farmer Murphy signing out.